What's up, everybody? I'm Leah B. Jackson here with Frost, WildStar's design producer, and today we're going to be running through a dungeon in the game called Skullcano. It's a level 35 dungeon, and I can't wait to get started, so let's do it. We made it to the Skullcano.
This is Skullcano, yeah. So the Lop are here, and we're kind of helping the Lop out. They're these little bunny guys that you see running around. They're treasure hunters, and we're coming in kind of to rescue them because they've gotten themselves into a shady situation with these Marauders that have taken over the area and want this Elden tech that is pretty intriguing, and you'll see as to why they want this island so bad and the Elden technology they're in.
It seems like they were having a little party.
They were having a party until the Marauders came in and kind of started taking over everything. So here's Stephan and Tugga. Whoa. Side note, I just want to give I just got blinded there. That was one of our CC mechanics. Just as a heads up, the dungeons in this game are crazy. So there's going to be a shload of telegraphs. Is shload a bad word? Can I say shload?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So there's a shload of telegraphs that we're going to have to avoid. And the mechanics are pretty hardcore. So much so that I'm going to guarantee that we'll at least wipe a couple times. So we just got disarmed here, and we have to pick up our gear off the ground if we want to use it.
Oh my gosh. So is Shaman Tugga a boss?
He's a mini-boss, actually. So we could have avoided him if we wanted to, but we didn't want to avoid him.
He drops the loots.
He drops the fattest of loots. So we had to get some off him.
Now, telegraphs are WildStar's way of denoting where
damage is happening, yeah.
Exactly.
So those little red things that you saw on the ground there, for example.
So tell us a little bit about Shaman Tugga. So
he's a moody. These are these obsessed with death little tribe guys. Whoa. And Shaman is a cook, and occasionally some food will pop out of his stew there, his cauldron. And he'll eat it, and so we want to interrupt him whenever he does stuff like that. Whoa!
Okay.
So I just got knocked back. Give me my sword. Okay. Whoa! So you got to avoid those telegraphs. We have double tap to dodge. You can also change that if you'd like, but that's how you kind of get out of the way of stuff.
Oh, so this is...
You can also destroy these as well. They take damage so that you can take...
Oh, magma totem?
Yep. So if you want to get those out of the way, because it gets a little hectic. Whoa, get in the middle here.
So for dungeons, would you ideally want to have a tank, a healer, and 3 DPS? Damage dealing classes?
Yeah, it's the standard sort of dungeon thing. You want to have tank, healer, DPS. And then that way, whoa, we can... you can see it starts to get crazy. Side note, as I said earlier, this guy is just a mini-boss. This is not even like a full-on boss. So you can imagine the regular bosses get a little hectic. Ooh. And I'm blind.
Oh, no.
Yep. Well, there we go. I'm good. There is a little bit of vision that you can get. Oh, I got disarmed too, so I have to find my weapon. There it is. There's a little bit of vision that you get by peeking through the blinds, so if you're paying attention, you can get it.
So would you say, on this mini-boss, would you rather have your allies going for the totems or straight on him?
So it kind of just depends. I mean, you saw it gets pretty hectic. The strategy, if you can DPS them faster, you probably don't have to worry about those. But it is something that you have to be cognizant of because those things will continue to cast. After a while, they'll kind of disappear, but it is something that you do have to kind of worry about. Another sort of point that I wanted to mention was these guys have what's called interrupt armor. So if there's a number next to his name, when you CC him, like do a knockdown or a stun or something like that, he will need multiple CCs in a very short amount of time to pull those off. Okay, so it looks like he's getting into a feeding frenzy, which is not good because that's what I was talking about earlier. Oh, and I don't have my weapon.
Oh, no.
There we go. So he's going to go run over and eat things and will continue to buff himself. And we want to interrupt that, so if you have CCs, it's good to use on him for those situations. So you'll notice his health went back up, actually, after we were going through it.
So we should save CCs for when he...
Yeah, CCs, I mean, that is like a big thing with us. if he's doing something like this, it's good to interrupt and save your CCs for moments of opportunity, and then take him out that way. So we're getting him down a little bit more. So the next Feeding Frenzy he gets into, we're really going to have to save our CCs for something along those lines.
I'm saving mine. So tell us a little bit about the class you're playing while we are bringing down this
Oh, we own this dude. So the Warrior is the class that I'm playing presently. Warrior is a melee class, and we wanted to make something that was very over the top and ridiculous, as is the way with WildStar. Oh man, I almost got owned by that one. So interrupt him. So you'll notice, by the way, I'm going to interrupt myself really quick there. That number next to his name at the top, if we don't CC him twice and then CC him again, he will continue to just stand up.
Okay.
So my interrupts are on cooldown, so I can't do anything on him right now.
Yeah, mine just were too. Oh gosh.
Whoa. That was close. So yeah, interrupting these things while he's doing that, probably just got owned.
No, we all wiped. First wipe.
First wipe of many, I foresee.
So now we're making our way through this jungle area.
Yeah, so our tank's leading us through here. We're going to take these guys out. We have a Moody and a Ravenous. What is that? A Ravenous Razorbeak. That's right. Boom, boom.
Now, are these type of trash monsters consistent throughout?
There are multiple types, so it's not like they're just all the same sort of trash mobs and things like that. You'll see more of these, for example, but they're certainly not going to be something that we repeat over and over. We have a lot of mini bosses to make it interesting. Whoa, I just got one over there. All right, so we got one down. Let's get this guy, interrupt him, smash his face.
Rinse, repeat.
Snare him. Yep. So take that. Boom. All right. Well done. So you'll notice that was a lot easier than, say, the mini boss.
Yeah, for sure.
You'll also notice over to the left, there's a data cube. Those are our lore sort of dumps that you can get information from. And I'm blind again.
I'm blind too.
But I can kind of see through it, so we're good to go. But another very interesting thing is our dungeons. Oh, come on. All right, good. We got that off. Cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Our dungeons are highly mobile. Again, whoa, that telegraph is on me. I tried not to hurt you, but I got you a little bit there. So that means that tanks aren't just going to be able to stay in the red the entire time, because that stuff does hurt. So they're going to have to kind of be smart about where exactly they're going to move. Same with the healers. They can't just stand off in the corner and say, like, well, I'll just hang out here and heal all day. All right. So, agreed it. Don't need it that bad. So you notice we just got some drops there. That was some trade skill stuff.
And you have like a need or greed system, it looked like. So you just roll based on, whether you need or want the item.
That's exactly right. Uh-oh, looks like we attracted...
Oh, my gosh.
Way too many.
This is a lot of things. Oh, they hit so very hard.
So I don't know why he just ran over and got a butt ton of those, but we did, apparently.
So we just pulled the whole dungeon.
Yeah, so the entire dungeon is on us, and you'll notice that we're getting wrecked. Surprise.
All right, wipe number 2.
Wipe numero dos.
So we've gone ahead and skipped straight through to the very first boss of Skullcano. Who is this guy?
This is Thunderfoot. He is a Gorgonoth. He is gigantic. Brett's going to go get him for us right now. We got to be careful, though, because there are these mushrooms around the area that will leave these little damage areas, so we got to be really careful. Also, a really cool mechanic with him, he does this thing where he leaps or smashes, and you'll notice like you get knocked up a little bit if you're on the ground.
Right.
But if you jump at the right time, that won't affect you.
Okay. Oh, now his rage is intensifying. What does that mean?
Yep. Oh, they got a good CC on him, though. We're good. So the tank's doing a good job of keeping him facing away from us. So that's good.
Do you get like a bonus if you're attacking from behind him?
If you're a stalker, yes, you have positional-based attacks where that definitely comes into play.
Okay.
Other classes have that as well, but it kind of just depends on who you are or what they are. Oh. Got to be careful on that one. So if we jump at the right time, we can avoid that.
I avoided it once so far.
Nice. And you notice we used that mushroom to our advantage there. It kind of blew up and hit him.
Oh, okay, awesome. What's your favorite strategy for this guy? Just dodging those jumps?
Yeah, you notice I just jumped right there and didn't get affected by didn't get affected by that.
Right.
That's a good one. You also have to be cognizant of all these little plumes that are following down because it gets crazy. Boom! Like I didn't jump there in time, so he got a little energy knocked off there. That one he missed me, so that was cool. And we CC'd him. That was awesome.
So you can even CC bosses.
Yeah. You'll notice right now there's a little gold shield next to his nameplate.
Yeah.
That gold shield means we cannot CC him right now. So you shouldn't use anything like a stun or a knockdown or something like that.
Okay.
So you should just be using your regular sort of damage effects on him.
Well, colossal mushroom.
Boom. Just avoided the damage there by doing that. Okay. Now he's really mad. So we got to, I just got half of my health basically taken off by staying in that red circle. So you got to be careful. And we got, oh, man. So that got me pretty good. Hopefully the healer will keep me alive.
Stay alive.
Oh, good. Nice. We got to use this opportunity
so
here.
So the tranquilize, is that what happens when we bring him over a mushroom?
Boom. Yep. And we got him.
We got him.
We got some fat loots here. Also, just something to point out, the need and greed system works. If I don't have any use for something like I'm a heavy armor guy, if I get a light armor, I only get to greed that. So it's not like I could just take lots of things that you could use, but I couldn't.
Gotcha.
Another very interesting thing is we can choose, there's two paths, and it's random which one opens up. So this path on the left we're going to go to is what opened up for us. And we can check out the other path as well later if you'd like to. But for right now, this is what got opened up on our run.
Now, will the other one eventually open up, or how does that work?
It's random every time you run it, so it could be one or the other. So what you'll notice is we're doing this lop run where we have a lop shaman that's kind of keeping us alive in this bubble here. So once you hop in here, the bubbles start moving. I'll click on him, and we're going to get going. You have to stay in this bubble while these telegraphs are moving.
Oh.
So as long as we're in the bubble, we're good. Once you start going outside the bubble, you'll start to take damage. There's also nodes here that you can, if you're a trade skill guy or lady for that matter, you can pick up. But there's also lops on fire, so you got to watch out for them because they're leaving behind trails of lava.
So it's like a mini game within the dungeon, sort of.
Yeah, it changes up the gameplay. You know, we didn't want it to just be like kill all the things all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Now, does he take random paths, or?
No, he takes a predetermined path on this one. Trying to get that. Couldn't get it.
It's tough to get these things.
Yeah. So it's he takes a predetermined path, but the where these things are placed are basically based on your position.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like it's always going to happen in this spot. It will for those plumes that just came out right there, but for the most part, the placement of the rocks falling is all based on where players are, so you have to avoid them.
Awesome.
Yeah, it makes it a lot more, dungeons are something that should be repeatable and fun as a result, and that means that we kind of wanted to make stuff that would be different every single time you did it, but still recognizable so you can react to it.
So right now, are we in the Skullcano?
Yes, in fact, we are in the Skullcano. Very creative name, by the way. Took us weeks of sitting around and arguing, debating. What are we going to call this thing? Very contentious issue. And we decided with Skullcano, we're just going to stick with that.
It's epic.
Yeah. Wah! I'm on fire. I'd like to also point out that our lop has a sombrero. So, pretty awesome.
And his ears can make it through the sombrero, too. So if you die in this part, do you have to? How do you get back to your party?
Basically, you'll get to a point of where you can res ahead. You'll notice there's a res right outside here that I'm pointing at. This is a hollow crypt.
Okay.
So
Oh, we made it.
if a few people made it, then you could res here. Otherwise, you'd have to wait and do it again at the beginning. But
And then I noticed that we just completed a challenge. Was that minigame a challenge, or what was that challenge?
That was just for making it through. We got a reward for doing it.
Okay. That's nice.
Indeed. All right, so this is Bosun Octog. This guy is one of the higher-ranking Marauders. He's a big, badass dude with multiple legs. It's kind of a squirg thing.
Oh.
And he doesn't even like his own guys.
Oh, no.
So, as you can see, he's probably not going to like us either. This guy's attacks, by the way, are pretty hellish. I'll try to explain them as they're going on.
Okay.
Oh, please don't hit me with that.
No.
Yeah, he'll hook you and kind of pull you back in, and then you have to avoid the attacks that kind of come in front of him.
Okay.
So that's one of the things. Whoa! Watch out for his buzzard companion there.
Is it buzzard
Oh,
companion?
shoot. Now you'll notice that was following me. What I don't want to do is lead it over our friends, right? So if you get a telegraph that's following you, go to an area where there's no people so that everybody else doesn't get hurt right now.
Okay, that makes sense.
You gotta avoid that. Boom. Okay,
Oh,
now
what is
this is scary, so do not go into those little squid areas.
Okay.
They will blow up if you don't hit them. So, also, you will leave a trail behind you of these little ink drops. Don't stand in them and consistently run around and try to avoid any other players because it gets a little hectic, as you can see on screen. You want to try to kill these guys as much as you can.
It's a little harder for melee to kill
It's
them.
definitely
Oh,
harder for
God,
melee,
no.
but it's definitely doable.
Okay. I need to run to our healer. Oh, I died.
Oh, no. So, yeah, I'm trying to avoid them and still hit this as much as I can. Whew, got the one. Whoa, almost ran into that other one. Oh, no.
Oh my
See, you just
gosh.
did what I said not to do, which was you're running that right into other people. So hopefully our healer can get me back on track here.
So that seems like phase 2, kind of.
Yep.
This is back in phase 1.
Yep. So now notice I'm trying not to have anybody else in that. I also did something that wasn't that smart. I used a interrupt at a point where he was not susceptible to damage from a melee. Okay, so I just keep that. He also just brought out his pet, which is Monk or Razuki.
He brought out a pet?
Yeah, see, he's got his little minion guy there with him. So I'm going to try to hit both of them at the same time here and avoid that. Boop. Okay, lots of...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so there's lots of... He's getting into his last stages there.
We got overwhelmed.
Trying to run on the outside here so I don't hit anybody. Alright, staying alive so far, staying alive. Alright. Let's see if I can get this guy. Oh crap, I got one on me. Shoot. No.
Oh man. Tough.
It's rough.
But we get the idea now.
You get the idea.
So basically once that phase is over, we just go back, tank and spank, pretty much, dodge the bird.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Let's check out the next part of Skullcano.
So over here is Mordecai Redmoon. He is the head of the Marauders. This is like the ultimate badass Marauder that we're about to fight. So heads up, he's got 4 arms and a lot of guns. So this is going to be fun.
I should have done this a lot.
So is Mordecai the final boss in Skullcano?
Mordecai is the final boss, and he's also the biggest, baddest Marauder there is. So this is going to be interesting. He's basically taken over this terraformer, and he's going to use it against us, along with his 4 arms and 4 guns and treachery. So you got to be careful because you get blinded in this. Also, there's going to be these lasers that shoot out, and they can go either left or right. So the key is it's in 4 quadrants. Go in the middle so you can avoid getting shot if it starts going right or left, because once it runs over you, you're pretty much dead.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right. Let's do this. Okay, so get in the middle here.
Uh-oh.
And, okay, it's going that way. So start sprinting and avoiding the lava that's going to be erupting through everything here. Uh-oh. Crap.
Oh, crap.
No. Whew. Okay, survived that one.
Oh, my God.
That was close. Okay. So, you got to be careful for his attacks here, too, because they go in 4 ways because of his arms. You're also blinded, so you got to be careful with that, too. Alright. So again, after this, he's going to do the same thing with Terraformer, and you got to watch out. This is like a bomb drop thing that he also does with his other guns. So again, when those quadrants pop up, it's overcharging.
So
we're going to want to go in the middle.
Oh, no.
Oh man, after we get unblinded here. Okay, whoa! Get over to the middle, because you don't know which direction it's going to go, left or right.
Okay, so this way?
Yep.
Right. It's like you want to save your dash, but you also want to dash.
Right.
Or sprint.
It's what I like to do is sprint as much as you can, and then when it gets down to low, just let it recharge a little bit, sprint a little bit more.
Yeah, like get it low, then dash a couple times.
Right.
And
That was close. Okay. So now we just fight him here. You got to watch out for the lava because that will still hurt you. It is on the ground and can still hurt you. We're doing good though. He's got about half health, so we're kicking ass and taking names right now. All right.
Now, are the red telegraphs on a red arena? Is that intentional to make it a little harder? Oh my God! Of course, I look at you and then I die.
No, I mean it was more of they're red, and you can adjust the opacity. So if you feel like it's too difficult to read, you can make it darker or lighter. And we also have settings for colorblind folks, so they can kind of see what those are.
Great.
And change those colors as well. Oh, come back here. All right, let's do this.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you got to be careful on this one because it
We're
can
gonna
be
get him.
dangerous. He's almost down though, so we got this. So if we want, we can interrupt him as well, or group interrupt him. If somebody picks up that last one, we got him. Nice.
Oh,
okay.
What is this?
It gets crazy. He's going to move left to right,
Oh
so stay out of that.
God.
Oh. Yeah. He's getting desperate now, you can tell.
Yeah. You start busting out crazy things.
Okay. Cool, we got an interrupt, I think, on him. Oh, he's almost done. We got him.
Got him.
Boom.
Die, Mordecai.
We got him. Nice.
Oh. We did it.
We did it.
So what is this screen that just popped up for you?
So that just tells me that I was #1 at staying alive with 11 deaths. #1 in kills and #1 in heals. But this is a little bugged right now because we're in beta. So
right.
I obviously, not being the healer, can get #1 in heals. But amps I want for sure. So I'll take one of those. The stiff hide shoulder pads are for somebody else, so I'm going to greed that. Let's see. I don't need the pistols. That'll be someone else, so I'll greed that. Then I can collect off of that. We can distribute our loot appropriately.
And now we have a dance party.
And now we dance. You know what? Just because we did that, I will dance. Yeah. I know you said earlier that I was a robot and I don't dance. I get my dance on. Look at that.
All right, Frost. Well, thank you so much for this walkthrough of Skullcano.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me. Hope you guys liked it.
All right. For more on WildStar, keep it tuned to IGN.